Hollywood Star Playhouse. Tales of suspense, thrills, adventure. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So hold on to your nerves.
Hello world, and welcome to another week of drama and theater on Dwayne Old Time Radio. This week is the series Hollywood Star Playhouse. Hollywood Star Playhouse aired from 1950 to 1953 on all the major networks, CBS, ABC, and NBC. All of the stories are original and featured major actors like Marilyn Monroe, James Stewart, Deborah Carr, Tony Curtis, Charlton Heston, and so on. This is the first episode of the series. It is titled Venom. It aired June 19th, 1950.
Hollywood Star Playhouse. Tales of suspense, thrills, adventure by Hollywood's finest writers with Hollywood's top stars. Portions of this program are transcribed and is brought to you by the Headache Help, which reminds you to...
Three ways. Promise out to promise out to promise out to promise out
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Herbert Rawlinson. Welcome to the Bromo Seltzer Hollywood Star Playhouse. Two high-powered rifles flashing in the Burmese wilderness, bringing together a beautiful and vital young woman and a powerful young man who is brooding over an incident that has changed and darkened his life. Here is the situation that reaches a furious climax. So hold on to your nerves and listen to Cornel Wilde as Tom Druce the Hunter in a story called Venom.
For all the long Burmese afternoon, I'd sweat and blistered under the sun. For 3 hours, I'd had my eyes glued to that tiger path, and no tiger. It was when I finally looked up to flex my stiffened neck muscles that I saw the other hunter. Only he wasn't hunting. There, in the thickness of the Burma brush, a hunter was fishing, and not a stream within 10 miles. That was my first thought. My second thought made the flesh creep on my arms and made my hair stand on end. I put down my Winchester and picked up my binoculars. And there it was, Armand Lussac all over again, at Armand Lussac's rather horrible business. Except that Dr. Lussac was now dead, and that other fisherman in the forest was a woman. A woman with a long pole that had a wire loop dangling from it. A wire noose that she was trying to drop around the ugly, swollen death's head of a king cobra. There was a look of fascination in her face, the excited madness with which some people invite danger. Behind her stood a powerful-looking Kachin tribesman with a sawed-off shotgun at the ready if something should go wrong. Something did. From a sudden nowhere, the yellow and black apparition scudded across the tiger path, and I dropped my binoculars and scooped up my Winchester and let go at 30 yards. Got him! I jumped up and hobbled as well as I could on my bad right foot to reach the dead tiger. The woman got there first. There was nothing wrong with her right foot.
That was exciting, wasn't it?
Yes, I suppose it was.
I just caught the flash of his hide through the grass and took a snapshot.
You fired, too?
Of course.
You seemed pretty busy there. I was watching you.
Oh, I'm pretty handy with a rifle.
Yes, you are.
I couldn't let a tiger lope by and not kill him. There'd be no point.
Excuse me, but my shot hit, too.
Yes, but my shot killed him.
Oh?
Can't you see? The side he had toward you has a shoulder wound. My bullet found the brain. What are you using?
A .375 H&M Magnum.
Well, that's your trouble. It may be too much gun for you.
It is too much gun for me. Didn't used to be, but it is now.
Why?
Why, I can't brace against the recoil with this foot I've got now.
Foot? I didn't... Oh,
I thought you'd noticed.
no. I'm sorry.
Oh, I manage, but my pride won't let me give up this gun. Your catch and gun boy is calling you.
Oh, I forgot about Seabar.
What's the matter with him? He's kneeling there on the ground holding his hand.
Seabar! We better get to him, and fast.
We waded through the high grass back to where the Catchin was kneeling, in a strange, fearful humility, gripping his left hand until it had turned the color of slate.
Seabar, what's the matter?
Nada.
Cobra. He's been bitten by that cobra. Show me, Seabar. Where?
Tip of his thumb. Turn your back on a cobra when he's ready to strike and you're dead. You should have known that.
Give me your gun.
Why?
It's a larger caliber than mine.
But what for?
This man's been bitten by a large cobra. He hasn't very long if we don't act soon.
Well, you've got cobra antivenin in your kit.
No, I haven't.
What?
Your gun. We're wasting time.
Do you mean to say you expose yourself and the people who work with you to the danger of snake bite without having snake bite antidote with you?
Will you give me your rifle?
What for?
For the only thing that will save Seabar's life. Surgery.
Surgery?
Be quick now. Your rifle.
Yes. Take it.
Turn away if you're squeamish.
Don't worry.
Seabar, hold up your hand. Seabar, do you understand what I say? Hold up your hand.
He's terrified.
No, he doesn't understand too much English. Will you hold up his hand? And hold it?
Yes.
Do it.
Go ahead.
Now.
Get it over with. Don't play at it.
Yes.
He's fainted.
So much the better. Now help me apply a tourniquet and dress the wound.
The girl dressed the dreadful wound almost without help from me. I watched her with cold fascination as those beautiful, slim hands did their grim work. Somehow this cool, efficient woman drew me and repelled me. Half against my will, I was impelled to offer a compliment, inane as it was under those stark circumstances. You're very skillful.
Thank you.
And most efficient.
Thanks.
And you've very beautiful hands.
Thank you. They've been photographed, you know.
I don't wonder.
Many times. Odd that you should notice my hands. Because my husband always said he fell in love with my hands first.
Oh, your husband.
He even had a sculptor do my hands for his studio.
What does he think of the work you're doing?
He's dead.
Oh, I'm sorry. There was a man here 2 years ago doing your kind of work, a herpetologist collecting poisonous snakes.
That was my husband.
Armand Lussac was your husband?
Yes.
Why, I knew him well. I'm Tom Druce.
Tom Druce?
Well, yes, he must have mentioned me in his letters.
Tom Druce. I might have known, finding you here in this same jungle. And with that limp.
What do you mean you might have known and that limp?
You knew my husband was dead.
Why, yes.
You would. Killer.
What?
Drop that gun. Drop it.
No.
I shoot faster and better than you do. Drop the gun.
If I do, you'd kill me.
Yes.
And you'd have no feeling about it either, any more than you have about a tiger or a native gun boy.
You're a murderer.
Why do you think I killed your husband?
Don't deny it.
He was my friend. He saved my life once.
Drop the gun.
I'm sorry.
Then I'll shoot you anyhow. You!
You see, you don't shoot better than I do. Not really.
Very dramatic. Shooting the gun out of my hands.
Well, we have a problem. It seems you think I murdered your husband.
I know. I mean to kill you for that.
Exactly. The problem is I can't give you a gun and turn you loose so that you can ambush me and murder me, and I can't turn you loose in the jungle without a gun either.
A very humane attitude for a man who murdered his hunting companion.
Well, let's say you happen to be a woman.
And deadlier than the male.
Well, nevertheless, I can't leave you to die, but I don't want to be killed either.
Dilemma.
Ponder it.
Well,
I don't know. What were your plans before I appeared?
To locate and capture alive somewhere in this area a giant hamadryad, the largest cobra my husband ever saw. And to find and to kill Tom Goose.
Mm-hmm.
My husband wanted to capture that cobra. Now I want to catch it and bring it home alive.
In memoriam.
You may laugh.
I'll go with you.
Oh, you're ridiculous. And...
Yes, and crippled. Yes, but if I let you go, you'll try to kill me. If I go with you, I may be able to impress you with my innocence. It's worth a try.
Why?
Well, it may keep me alive, and your hands aren't all that's beautiful about you.
Jungle gentleman.
There's this condition. We can't go too far.
Your game leg?
I was thinking of the monsoon rains almost being here, but the leg figures, too. I used to be tireless, walk for days. I hate to be like this. Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, then. 2 days in the jungle looking for my giant specimen. You'll have the guns.
Naturally. What happens to Thebor here?
He'll be all right. We'll send him back to the village. And we'll be off.
If it kills me.
It might. Jungle gentleman.
Bromo Seltzer, famous for fast headache help, is bringing you Hollywood Star Playhouse. Tonight starring Cornel Wilde in Venom.
Bromo Seltzer, Bromo Seltzer, Bromo Seltzer, Bromo Seltzer.
How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? How do you do? This is your old friend Norman Brokenshire. You know, neighbors, an ordinary little headache can often spoil a big day for some people. No need to, though. When Bromo Seltzer fights a headache so fast, all 3 ways, yes, sir, you get fast relief from that headache with Bromo Seltzer. At the same time, too, Bromo Seltzer will soothe the upset stomach and the jumpy nerves that may team up with that headache. What's more, you'll like the pleasant taste of Bromo Seltzer. It's so sparkling, so refreshing. Neighbors, do me a favor. Next time you get a headache, give Bromo Seltzer a trial. Try it on this guarantee. You must be satisfied or your money back. You'll see, where others fail, Bromo Seltzer works. Bromo Seltzer is on sale at all drugstore fountains and counters. Don't for a minute be bothered with a headache. Get fast, pleasant, 3-way help with
Bromo Seltzer, Bromo Seltzer, Bromo Seltzer, Bromo Seltzer.
Now, Act 2 of Venom, starring Cornel Wilde.
Diana Lusac moved ahead of me through the jungle. I hobbled after her with both rifles. Oh, she was beautiful, all right. And she knew it. Beautiful, compelling, and inscrutable. And convinced that I had killed her husband. But why? Then I saw something moving thickly under some leaves ahead of her, and I dragged her back with all the speed and balance I could muster. Careful, girl.
I see it.
Cobra?
Can't tell yet, but it's a big fellow. Let's have my pole and my noose.
And be careful about it.
Yes.
Easy.
Be ready with your rifle, just in case.
He's moving under those leaves again.
Oh, he's not a cobra.
No, Tik Palanga!
Tom!
Tik Palanga! Tik Palanga. He's dead.
You didn't have to blow down the jungle.
A Russell Viper.
Well, what of it? The country crawls with them.
A cobra can't bite through clothing, but that...
You're positively white.
He's dead now. Let's move on. Well, thus passes the first day, and I'm weary.
You want to quit?
If I did, I wouldn't let Armand Lusac's wife know it. She's good-looking. Lovely hands.
Well, I take care of them, even out here. Why do you hate me?
Well, why do you think I hate you? What makes you think I killed your husband?
Never mind.
I do mind. I don't hate you. I don't exactly trust you, but that's all.
I'm sorry about that, Tom.
Tom?
I'm sorry you don't trust me because, as you know, the monsoon sends animals to higher ground like this.
What the...
And that the country reeks with things this time of the year.
Why you...
And I'm sorry you don't trust me, Tom, because one of the things Burma reeks and crawls with this time of the year is right behind your back.
Look, if you're
Don't
trying
move, Tom. Don't move and don't turn around. Don't even raise your voice.
Why?
Just
what do you...
push your rifle toward me, that's all.
Give you my rifle. Do you think for a
Do
minute...
it, Tom, without questioning, without turning or making any sudden movement, because there's a huge king cobra behind you. And if he makes up his mind to strike, he'll get you on the back of the neck and you won't live 5 minutes. Quietly, because besides being the deadliest snake in Burma, the cobra is absolutely an hysterical creature. Flies into a frenzy over nothing. There, I've got the gun. Now, to straighten up and slowly get a bead on him. Steady, Tom. He's weaving, and I've got to keep on talking and keep on talking. Keep your nerve, Tom. I'm getting a bead on him. He's weaving, he's swaying. Keep on talking, Diana. And the Lord said unto Cain, I think it was Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, steady, Tom, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper?
Diana.
You can turn around now.
Good Lord.
8 feet of murder with its head shot off.
Good Lord.
The gun of yours nearly spun me around.
I suppose I ought to thank you.
If you like.
Why did you do it?
I'm a show-off. I like to show off my hands. They look so well around a rifle, don't you think?
Tell me.
I say you murdered my husband. You say you didn't. Maybe you didn't.
Maybe.
I wouldn't ask this question if I didn't have a gun in my hands. You'd laugh at me, and I don't like for you to laugh at me.
Why not?
Never mind.
What's the question?
Can we be friends?
That's what I came with you for.
Good. Tomorrow, if we don't find the Hammond ride we came for, we'll go back to the village. I'll just settle for any big cobra we can catch alive.
Good.
With that monsoon on the way, we should be getting home. Shouldn't we? Tom?
Even with the impending monsoon sending the wildlife instinctively to high ground, we didn't find the giant specimen we'd come for. We did take an enormous, thrashing, hissing brute of a hamadryad. That is, Diana got him while I stood by with my Winchester, spouting an icy sweat while she noosed that murderous reptile. A magnificent woman in her way, and in her possessed, fanatical way when she was taking her chances with those evil killer snakes. She was scared, all right, only she enjoyed her fear. I didn't quite like the look in her face as she dropped the wiggling cobra into our hamper and latched the top. I didn't like it, but I admired it. Watching her, I had the fascinated feeling that I, too, was danger to her, something to angle for and catch in a noose, alive. Then we headed for the Kachin village, hurrying to beat the monsoon. My foot was giving me the devil, but I insisted on carrying the hamper, heavy with slithering death. We arrived at the Kachin village in the evening. A Kachin drum was beating steadily somewhere.
What's the drum about? You know these Kachins better than I do.
Well, it's just my guess, but it sounds like installation of a new tribal chief.
Oh. Well, this is my hut.
I'll see about getting one for myself tonight. See you around,
Tom. How's the foot?
Killing me, thanks.
Hadn't we better talk?
What about?
Perhaps about us. You and me. Armand?
Armand? I thought it was about decided that I didn't kill your husband.
That's why we ought to talk. And, there'll be moonlight in the glade tonight.
I'll call for you around moonrise.
I'll wait.
See you around.
Tom?
Hmm?
Maybe you didn't kill Armand.
I didn't.
It'd be all right then for you to kiss me.
All right. It would be great.
Moonrise.
It was exciting, and for a moment my blood raced. Then we parted, and she picked up that hamper with its wicked cargo, and my blood chilled again. A strange woman. The old retiring chief got me a hut next to Diana's, and for an hour I sat smoking, thinking, wondering. Then an ivory light swam into the sky over the teak trees. I took a last drag at my cigarette and stood up, favoring my right foot. It hurt. It hurt, and it made me mad. I didn't want to be that way. I finished the cigarette and ground it into the earth of the hut, and then... It had to be Diana, and it had to be only one thing. I raced to Diana's hut, my bad foot sending shocks of lancinating pain up my leg almost to my armpit. I hobbled into the hut with its dimly burning lamp and stopped in cold horror. Diana was cowering in a corner, gripping her left wrist, and her beautiful hand was white in the gloom. The lamplight glittered in her eyes that were glazed with fear and madness, staring at the mangled thing on the dirt floor, the huge cobra, dead, shot to shreds, and the empty repeater on the floor. A moment later, Thibault, the cash and gun boy, ran into the hut, the shotgun in his hands and ready, until he, too, saw the shattered cobra on the ground.
Missy, she...
He got out. He got out of the hamper. He got out.
How bad is it, Diana?
Terrible.
Missy.
He hung on me, hang on like bulldogs. I couldn't shake him loose. It was horrible. Chewing, hanging on.
Tell us what to do. What shall we do?
My kit. Anti-venom, my kit.
You haven't any, don't you remember? You haven't any snake serum.
Yes, I have. My kit there on the bench. Hurry.
Diana, are you sure?
Yes, hurry. Serum, syringe, blade, suction. Hurry.
Diana. I can't.
Hurry.
No, if you have antivenom now, Diana, you had it when Thibault was bitten. Diana! Why didn't he get it then? Why did you shoot his thumb off instead? Thibault was a great warrior with his people. He was to be chief. Now he has no right thumb for his spear. There's no strength in a warrior's right hand without a thumb. He won't be chief, Diana. Those are great matters with these people. Thibault only dimly understands what we're saying, but if you or I or Thibault go to that kit and find antivenom, he'll understand. He'll kill you, Diana. Diana, he'll blow out your brains with that shotgun.
Well, then send him away. Send him away.
I'm not sure he'd go now. And I'm not sure I want to send him away.
Please, I'm beautiful. I love you, please.
Now I understand. Now I know. Diana, once when your husband, Armand Lusac, and I were hunting together, I stepped on a tikpolunga, a Russell's viper. Sure, terrible death, unless serum is used. But your husband, Armand Lusac, had no antivenom, so he said. Word of honor. One thing would save my life, he said. Surgery, he said. He had his hunting knife. No time to be lost. No anesthetic, of course. Later, I was grateful for my life. Grateful! Foul, corrupted creature that he was. I understand now. He had serum, just as you had serum, but he preferred to operate, to cause pain, to mutilate. Sadists, monsters, both of you! Both of you! No wonder you and dear Armand saw so much in one another. Carrion birds of a feather, that's what you are. I didn't kill your husband, but I know now why you thought I might have. I didn't kill him, but he must have operated on someone who later found out there was antivenom in his kit.
Help me, Tom, help me. I'll make it up to you. Help me.
I'd like to, darling, but there is no antivenom in your kit, is there? There are
3 alternatives, Diana. You can die in a very unsightly fashion from cobra bite. Or you can go to that kit for antivenom and have Thebo blow your head off. Or you can submit that beautiful photographed hand of yours to surgery.
Oh, no.
Surgery as you understand it here in the jungle. Shotgun surgery.
Send him away.
I can't.
Please.
He's suspicious now, and I'm scarcely a match for him, am I? With this artificial foot of mine. No, Diana, it's between you and Thebo now. Goodbye.
Tom.
3 alternatives, Diana.
Tom, help me. Come back. Tom, come back. Tom.
I left them there, Diana and the powerful, frowning Kachin. I walked slowly across the moonlit clearing. Slowly. Slower. I stopped. My right foot was giving me the devil. I sat on a rock, lit a cigarette, and I waited, smoking, and thinking how beautiful she was, how desirable, how fascinating and corrupt. Waiting, wondering. And I wondered which of the shotgun alternatives Diana Lusac had chosen.
Thanks, Cornel. That was a performance that really kept our hair standing on end.
And I'd like to thank Lorene Tuttle. Lorene, you are wonderful, as you always are.
Those are my sentiments, too, Cornel. In just a moment, I'm going to introduce Dorothy McGuire, the star of next week's play. Now, here is Norman Brokenshire.
Say, did you ever notice how many things happen in threes? Right now, I'm thinking of a headache and the upset stomach and jumpy nerves that often team up with it. But you don't have to worry about that when you have Bromo Seltzer handy. No, sir. For Bromo Seltzer is especially compounded to fight a headache all 3 ways. And to fight it fast, too. So next time a headache strikes, try Bromo Seltzer. See how fast it works in helping the headache's pain, also how it soothes the upset stomach and the jangled nerves that may come with it. You'll like the sparkling, refreshing taste of Bromo Seltzer, too. It's on sale at all drugstore counters and fountains. Caution, use only as directed. And, of course, if a headache persists or recurs, see your doctor. Keep a bottle of Bromo Seltzer at home and another bottle where you work. Yes, remember, don't just fight a headache 1 or 2 ways.
Fight headache 3 ways. Bromo Seltzer, Bromo Seltzer, Bromo Seltzer,
Cornel Wilde can soon be seen in the RKO production, Sons of the Musketeers. Tonight's play was written especially for Mr. Wilde by Milton Geiger, with music composed and conducted by Jeff Alexander. The entire production is under the direction of Jack Johnstone. And now here is the star of next week's thrilling story on Hollywood Star Playhouse, Miss Dorothy McGuire.
Around you everywhere, there is sound. But where you are, there is silence. Oppressive, destructive silence. The more you fight it, the more you fear. And when you lose the struggle with silence, you lose the fear. But in its place you find terror. Even as I did, in a story called Sound Off, My Love.
Thanks, Dorothy. And we're certainly looking forward to hearing you next week. On tonight's program, all characters and incidents were fictitious. Any similarity to actual characters or incidents is purely coincidental. Portions of this program were transcribed. And now this is Herbert Rawlinson saying good night for all of us here in the studio and for the fast-acting headache help in the familiar blue bottle. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Thank you for listening to and showing your support for my podcast. If you would like to receive notifications of when new episodes are posted, please subscribe to my channel. Subscriptions are 100% free, and they really help me get an idea of how I'm doing. You can also go to my website where you can listen to all of my podcasts for free, and you can also download the episodes for free. The website is otr.duane.media. There is also donation information on there if you want to show your support or become a patron. You can email me at info@otr.duane.media. I'm also on Instagram at duane.otr. Well, hope you enjoyed, and until next time, stay safe, wish you well, and as always, peace.